6 hours plowing up all these fields, 6, 12, and 13, in the area above 13. So hopefully we get a lot of grass planted. I titled this video Green Gold because we're going to plant grass and that's going to turn into silage. And silage is very, very valuable. Especially in this gameplay, I can use it to feed cows. And so on and so forth. Now I'm just going to send out a few links here, spam some people on Snapchat to come watch the live stream. Hopefully get some viewers. So you probably skip a couple seconds ahead and be right up with the action. Alright, we have someone already tuned in, so we're going to get things going here. So I have my favorite tractor, I think, in the game, somewhere around here, right there. My John Deere 6155M. Now, this is probably not the right tractor to be using. Pull a seeder, but it made it up here pulling it, so we're going to see what happens. I don't really think it'll do too well, but we're going to go downhill and see if it'll come back up. Are you kidding me? You're freaking kidding me. You're in my way, dude. Yeah, I hope that dented your windshield. Jerk. Alright, let's try this again. We're going to unfold our seeder here. And we are planting grass. And we're going to lower it down and let it rip. Alright, this tractor ain't going to work. Yeah, we get something bigger. You can see all the case quad tracks I used to actually get these fields ready. Because I'm not sure entirely how many acres this is, I just know it's a lot. This is probably the biggest map, or biggest field that I'm attempting to plant and harvest. So, there's gonna be some cool stuff happening. Lovely, another car on my way. We're going to turn it on and we're going to... It's already down, so we can just go down. Oh yeah, it pulls a lot better. So I'm thinking that I'm going to buy a smaller seeder to go back and get like the corners. So if you're watching, please consider liking and following this page. This is where all these videos are going. They're not going anywhere else. So if you like this kind of gameplay, make sure you subscribe. Like I was saying before, it took 6 hours to make these 3 fields into one, and it took forever. I believe it took 5 of these quad tracks and pretty much the biggest plows I could find. Andrew Pasco, no. You know what, man, you don't have to be a jerk about it. Plus, I think you already subscribed anyway. But we gotta get on the multiplayer here soon. Get Corey and Bodie on. And get that grass out of the barn. But, well, yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. But this tractor makes short work with this plow. I mean, it's not taking. I mean, 9 miles an hour is pretty good. I believe this tractor has about 650 horsepower. I mean, that's a pretty big engine. Now, I think whenever we go to harvest this, I'm going to use a forage harvester and a grain cart, because then I could hold about 50,000 liters at once. Because if I have to spend time going around with a semi, this is never going to end up getting done. It'll take too long. It'll be like my corn harvest in season 1, which if you want to see a big corn harvest, that video is going to be coming out shortly. We're just kind of spreading out the content between my solo gameplay, my multiplayer gameplay, and my first like story mode, I guess you can say. But there's only 1 or 2 episodes left in that playlist, so after that we'll be done. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot straight across here, and it's totally going to mess up the look that we have going at. We're already kind of offline a little bit, but I'm going to go straight, and we're going to lift up the cedar, and we're going to go around, and we're going to get that edge, and then just shoot straight back up. So we're going to lift it. Try to get this thing turned around without going off a cliff. And drop it down and let it go. This is the Donnie Baker tractor. The Big Bud's Kent Murphy. This is Donnie Baker. Probably 2 of the meanest tractors in the game. Alright. Now, I don't know if we're actually going to be able to get this little corner here. So I'm still thinking I'm going to go buy another smaller unit. Well, maybe not. We'll have to keep trying this out, see what's going to work and what isn't going to work. Hopefully I don't get caught up on the sign. Hopefully it just runs it over. There we go. Alright, we're going to lift it up. We're going to shoot back up over the hill. Seeding goes a lot quicker than plowing for some reason. We only get to go... We're in the trees. Okay. Alright, well that sucked. But seeding goes quicker than plowing for some reason. I'm not really sure why. We only go about 2 miles an hour faster, which, I mean, doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're only going under 10, kind of every mile an hour you can get helps. And we're off again. Now, if I hired a worker, I don't really know what would happen. I think it would follow the natural contour of the previous field in here, but I could be wrong. But to give you guys an idea of what we're dealing with here. You gotta save our content as per usual. Every 15 minutes it wants to save content. These are the fields here I'm working on, 6, 12, and 13. And this is all the area that's gonna be grass. That's probably a good eighth of the map is gonna be covered in grass, which is insane. But it's gonna be worth it. Probably gonna make $1 million off this. Like I was saying before too, this is gonna be used if on a very small scale. If like planting grass and then waiting for it to turn into silage. If you were planning on having a cattle farm and you needed to make TMR, there's silage is part of that, I believe, but you can just feed cow silage. I think sheep can use silage. There's a whole bunch of different animals that use it. And the title, Speaking Green Gold, this stuff is worth a ton of money because it takes time to make, and it's like a premier item. I also forgot to mention, if you are subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that bell notification. That way every time I go live you get a notification, or if I upload a video, that way you are updated with the latest information on the page. She thinks my tractor's sexy. I don't know, does she? It's I guess that's kind of rhetorical, since no one really knows. See if I can not miss this spot here. There we go. Now this is probably going to take forever. Just because even though we are making a lot of progress, it's still going to take a while. Kick that cedar over. Now these tractors aren't the easiest thing to get used to. They are tough to drive because they do want to go all over the place. But I don't know if you saw there, I was able to kick the rear end of the cedar over pretty quickly. Now if I had this hooked up to a regular tractor with a solid axle on the rear end, it might not have kicked over as quickly. Well, I know it wouldn't have, but you probably would have had to back up and resituate the cedar. You can see I messed up a little bit plowing when I had the field creator mode on. I didn't think the plow was going to hit the ground, but it did. We're just chugging along. This tractor had 1.7 hours on it when I started, and we're already up to 2 hours. So we went about 0.3 hours, which I don't know what that equates to. Get the field python. Yeah, that's an okay tractor. Maybe here's what we'll do. Each lap we do, we'll get a different tractor to pull this cedar to see how it does. So we'll finish this lap. I'm gonna go get the field python now. There it is. We're gonna get the big engine in it, 646 horsepower. We're gonna leave the standard setup. $500,000. Bring it around to WN. What? I don't know what you're meaning there. Because I know I have a couple tractors downloaded. I have this tractor, I have the New Holland, the big one that I like. I have a really big Kloss tractor, which is pretty good. I know it can pull this cedar pretty well. And I think that's really it. Well, whenever we get an order the next tractor, I'll pick it up. Oh, town. On my screen, I don't know what it looks like on your screen, but if the word's broken up, so like on the one line it says TO, and on the second line it's just WN. But yes, we will bring that tractor around town and see how it does. I know that tractor's a little squirmy, which is one thing I'm not really looking forward to. But it'll do alright. It has enough power. Alright, we got the freaking tower here messing things up. I am so sorry if you get motion sickness, but we got a little chaotic there. Alright, we're good now. Little crazy. Why are we skipping? Anyone have any questions that I could possibly answer about the game? Because I know Andrew's watching, I don't know who else is watching. Are you kidding me? These cars are really annoying. They're always in my way. Now this isn't going to be perfect because this is too big of an area to try and make perfect. But it is what it is. You can see I missed some patches of grass plowing, but since it was grass and not crop, I wasn't too concerned about it. I know it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It'll grow in and it'll all get cut the same. Now once we get up to the top here again, I'll unhook the seeder and I'll go get the other tractor. And we could run that one for a little bit. Also, I was always wondering what these ridge markers do. I don't use them because I don't feel they make a difference. Because at least in the game, it doesn't seem to make a difference. But if any of y'all know what they do, drop a comment, please, because I don't know. Now, we're getting a little close on that last row, so we're going to start bumping it over just a little bit. There we go. We're good now. I like to overlap at least one seeder thing. I don't know. I don't really know what they're called. Where it drops the seed in, so just so I know that I'm not going to have any open spaces that aren't going to get seeded. I turn like that. After a while, that turn will straighten out. Cause that was a sharp turn, but now it's starting to get a little bit easier. It's kind of like if you were thinking about like cutting your grass. Once you start making a turn so many times, like around a tree, it just kind of straightens itself out. See the bird swooping across the screen there, probably trying to eat all my seeds. Well, we're cruising. It's gonna be worth it in the end. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna finish this row. Lift the seeder. Hopefully there aren't any cars coming. Probably run right into the side of the plow. And I'm going to get this set up so all I have to do is go grab another tractor and hook up to it and take off. That was good there. Alright, so we're going to get this case out of here. And I'm just going to park it probably, well, I don't want it to be in the way, so I'm going to put it back by my pickup truck. Shut it off, and we're going to bump over to the field python. This is a cool little tractor. Well, it's not really that little, it's pretty big. But it does run decent, has some good speed. Sorry, I'm replying to some messages. And we're gonna get this thing up there and put it to work, and let me know what you guys think of it other than it's cool. I still wish this thing moved a little bit faster. Like all these bigger tractors, they should be able to go excuse me, 30 plus miles an hour, in my opinion. I feel 26 is too low, especially whenever there is a low and a high range in these. It's almost like a semi. I'm just happy this field's close to the co-op, so we can actually get tractors going and moving. So you can also see here, I got my semi-truck loaded down with seed. I'm thinking we won't need all of them, but I'd rather have more than enough. Or more than we need so we don't run out. And you can see how snappy this thing is. It just skirts itself around. Rolling some coal. Gonna zoom out and we're gonna start digging. Now that case went 9, this is also going 9 miles an hour. This seeder won't let the tractors go over 9 for some reason. I don't have the fast farming mod, which I wish I did. If I did, it would let me pull the maximum speed of the tractor, or as fast as the tractor would be able to pull this. So this tractor probably between 20 and top speed of 26 miles an hour, which would be very helpful, but it can get a little sloppy because these seeders and plows and implements are hard to keep straight sometimes. But the nice thing is, as we start to work this circle in, we're going to be able to start moving faster and faster per lap, because the radius that we're working off is going to get smaller and smaller. I wish I knew how big these fields were and how big I created them, because this thing's freaking massive. Yeah, but I hope everyone's enjoying these videos. I mean, I love playing this game. It's very entertaining and relaxing for me. I hope you guys find the same joy in that. It's almost like the ASMR crap you watch on YouTube, like chiropractics, like people getting adjusted and the pops and stuff. Just watching a tractor go around and around in circles can be pretty relaxing for some people. The inside of this thing's pretty nice too, as I'm losing my placement. See, you got all your screens and the buttons and such. Definitely is a nice tractor. I don't know, I forget if it's a mod or not, but I'm pretty impressed. Oh, we got this pole again. That sounds like I knew what I was doing. So how's everyone dealing with this coronavirus? I know that's a pretty hot button topic right now. I know I'm stocked up in my toilet paper. I was pretty mad. All the cheap stuff was gone because people were hoarding it, so I had to get the Charmin Ultra. It was either Charmin Ultra or Quilted Northern. Charmin was like 25 cents cheaper, so I got that. It's like 20 ply toilet paper. I'm usually using the generic knockoff like Indigetto or Ratatata stuff. And we're stuck. I should have cut that tree down now that I think of it. I don't know why I didn't do that. But I'm not hooking the plow back up to fix that and digging a stump out of the ground, so we're just gonna leave it for now. But we got one more line, one more stripe to go up, and then we gotta pick a new tractor. What would you guys like to see? The Colossus or the New Holland? I think I'm gonna, if no one answers, I might just get the Colossus. So now it's a really good tractor. And I know I enjoy driving it. It's pretty much the same as a New Holland, in my opinion, but there's just something about it I like a little bit more than New Holland. Well, we're making progress here. Now, like I said about the fields that I was working on and I added, 6, 12, and 13, those fields typically don't take very long to prepare, but I added pretty much a whole nother field's worth of land to those 3 fields. Like individually they don't take a while, but together they do take a while. We haven't answered the New Holland. Alright, I'll get the New Holland, and we'll use that for the next lap. Hopefully we can get lucky again, there won't be any cars coming. So I can just kind of whip the seeder around and take off for the second lap. But again, this is the field python. You can see they have the wrap on it. It looks like a snake. It's pretty cool. It runs well. I'm actually surprised by it still. I typically don't like this style tractor for pulling these large implements, but it does run well. I might become a fan of them. So I know I had like the modded John Deere 8R tract or whatever, 8RT, and it just got pushed around real bad. But it didn't have this much horsepower. I think it only had like 400 and some horsepower. This has like 650. So that's a big difference in tractors. Now I am a John Deere fan, so it kind of sucks to say that wasn't the best. While we're buying our tractors, if you haven't had the chance yet, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting that bell notification. It really helps the channel out more than you know. And if you think people that you know would enjoy this type of video gameplay, share this link with them. Because I leave these videos up after they're live streamed, so they can always come back and watch it and be caught up on what we're doing. The next time I go live, they will be included. But we're going to drop that off. We're going to bring this thing over here, and we're going to go buy a new tractor. This is a good looking tractor. That one's off. Sounds like there's a tractor on still. I know it's raining outside my house here, so I don't know if it's the gutters or if it's that something was left on. Which I don't think. I think it's the gutters. I think I'm just going crazy a little bit there. Now these are our options for the big tractors. All of these will be able to pull that seeder. Just a lot of them are going to do better than others. Yeah, the 8RT, this tractor here. It gets beat up a little bit by the seeder. There's the new one, the T9 series, the one that we're going to get. But got a pretty good selection of tractors to use. Purchase that. Get the big engine set up. We have 550 horsepower coming at us. Oh, I should have went for the doubles. That's alright. Alright, we're going to start this puppy up and take off. Once again, this tractor tops out at a whopping 26 miles an hour. That is blazing fast. Not really. No, it kind of sucks, but these things really need to be able to get faster. That's just my opinion. But this is also another good looking tractor. I really enjoy using this tractor. Usually if I have to buy a tractor just real quick, typically and especially when it's for a worker, it's these New Hollands are a little bit cheaper, I believe, than the Colossus, and they just run well. It seems like the workers aren't spending as much time turning around and fighting with it. It just works. We're gonna start dragging this thing around and compare it to the other two. This tractor is definitely noisier than the field Python. It's working probably a little harder, if not the same. And let's see if the tires are slipping. Tires are not slipping, so that's. But if you think of it this way, we've about $750,000 worth of tractors in just the one quad track case, the field Python, and this New Holland. That's a lot of money. Now, if I was doing this, if this was a real farm, I'd probably just use the same tractor, because I wouldn't want to spend $750,000 just to have fun, I guess. Now, it would be nice to get a few more seeders to take care of this property for me, and just hire workers, use the tractors I got, and just let them at it. But maybe once we hit that hour mark, if people are starting to tune off or leave bad comments, then I'll just quit the live stream and have workers finish the fields, and I'll just do the touch-up work where they won't get. It would be nice too, now that I think of it, if the algorithm in the game would recognize that I plowed like a lap around these 3 fields, that the tractors would recognize, and once that lap is filled in with plowed land, that it can go straight from one side of the circle to the other. Because that's, if you remember in the last live stream, that's what I did. I did one lap around all the fields, and then I plowed the inside of it. It'd just be nice that when I hire a worker, it can do like that long stripe right there for me and work its way over as I do this side, or vice versa. That's just like a small feature that'd be cool to add. This corner's a pain in the butt. Let's try and smooth it out a little bit. Won't be as bad. So then once we get straightened out here a little bit, we'll start bringing the cedar over, and we should just flatten out that curve a little bit. So maybe next time I'll just drive straight through it, that corner, so it's straight and not curved out. I think I might do the same thing here, because once we start working ourselves in, we're going to get stuck with areas that are seeded and areas that aren't seeded. I just missed a whole stripe. Nice. Stay hot, kid. But that way we're not chopping off a section of the land from the other. Yes, it's making us technically have to do more driving around, but it's going to help out with the ease of doing this. There is one heck of a rainstorm going on right now, in game and out of game. So if you hear like thunder and lightning, that's all natural. That ain't no animation. If you hear a dog crying, it's just my dog because he doesn't like the thunder. He's a little wimp. Alright, we are on the last stripe once again. So what tractor would you guys like to see? It could be anything, really. Anything in the large tractor division. Well, I should say anything but the Big Bud. The Big Bud doesn't have a 3-point hitch. Therefore, I can't actually connect to implements like this or the plows, which sucks because 1100 horsepower, pure awesome. But it is what it is. And we're getting a little off path, so we're going to kick that cedar over. There we go. That is a nice thing to be able to do, is just kick that cedar over with the rear end of the tractor. You can see I only missed 2 small spots there versus what I probably would have missed if it was like a front steered tractor. Phil Python might have been able to do that pretty quickly, but it's not as big as of a frame of tractor as the New Holland or the Colossus or even the Quad Tracks. So can't just now I am missing a couple small spots here and there. I'm not too worried about it. I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk because I'm gonna make a ton of money off this field, and I mean, this is just to show the value of silage in the game. because I'm not really hurting for money. So I really don't need this to really work out, I guess you can say. It's just a cool idea to make these fields one big field and the biggest field on the map. Other than, like, field 8's huge. So that'd be like the, probably, that might be the same size as this. Which that's a tough field to work on. It takes forever to do anything. I did a corn harvest on it in season 1. And I don't want to be the spoiler alert, but it took like 3 or 4 harvesters to complete. Alright, so we're going to drop this seeder off. We're going to bring this New Holland over. Just is a nice tractor. It's very clean. In the sense of all the graphics in it. So jump out of the moving tractor. He's in the bushes. See all the dirt animation on the tires. And didn't quite get on the body panels yet. You see that as a little bit of a coating. But let's go and let's grab oh, I don't know. I'm thinking this Kloss. I really like this tractor. The Trailborg. Wide tires, and let's get the big engine. That's 530 horsepower, so that's 20 horsepower less than the New Holland. This is part of the Platinum Edition for a farm simulator. So with the Platinum Edition, you get these Kloss tractors, but you still have to purchase them in game. That's a question I got from pretty much every single one of my friends. We beat the train. We beat the train. Was if the game has the DLC, do I still have to purchase the tractors individually? And the answer is yes. You don't automatically get all the Kloss stuff, which is kind of a shame in a way, but in another way it keeps the game realistic in a sense. Or you can just go do a money mod like I did. You can go back to season 1, I believe episode 8, and check out, I believe I called it passive income, and you can learn about the money mods and how to use it on your farm and make millions of dollars pretty quickly to have fun with all these different tractors. Now we are down to 16% in our seeder, so I'm going to come over here and grab my truck, and we're going to fill up that seeder. Cut these people off. Now I should just be able to drive the truck up like that. And yes, L3, refill sower. Yep, we're good. Zoom out here so we can see. We're going to fill this thing up to the max. Alright, we're all filled up, so we're going to hop out here and get the truck out of the way. I'm going to re-strap down all of these tensioner belts, and we should be good to get out of here. This is a nice trailer to use. I'm having issues with the loading dock, trying to find places to put it. So like I can't really drive equipment up on top of this deck. But it is a nice trailer and a good compliment to this tractor. See, that tractor almost has 2 hours on it. This truck has a good many hours, almost 4 hours. Which, for me in this game, is pretty good. Because I typically use a bunch of different equipment, and I don't really keep things very long. As you can tell by how many tractors we're using just to plow this field alone. I saw we lost a viewer there, went down from 3 to 2, but I want to thank everyone for tuning in again. I mean, it means a ton to me that everyone keeps tuning in. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos as much as I am. I like creating them and playing the game, and it's just nice to share it with everyone. This tractor is doing about the same as New Holland. We're having a little bit more wheel slippage, which is kind of weird. You can see the wheels slipping a little bit. Let's get the camera situated here. It's a lot quieter, which is nice. I mean, I like hearing the sound of a diesel engine, but after a while, it kind of just wants to stop. A cool feature about this tractor is it can actually crab walk. So what that means is it can drive sideways. Alright, this edge here is starting to get a little ununiform with all the turning, so I'm going to straighten it out. We're going to start doing C's instead of O's. So I'm going to come up here. We're going to resituate. I'm going to put my seeder, I'll line it up right about there. We're going to lower it and take out this curve. Like I said before, I am cutting across the field. I know it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Because I have about 4 seeder lengths wide here. I think this is a 4 strip. But now you can see we have a pretty nice line to follow. Bring it around town. And we're going to drop it down. Drop them out. There we go. And it's full send downhill. Now we are going to have spots, it's pretty much inevitable, where it's going to be easier just to turn around halfway through the field and then finish like the top part and then finish the bottom part, for example. Kind of like I had to do with the plowing, but that'll be off camera, so you guys don't have to worry about that. But you can see 4 swipes with this thing is a lot of area. believe this is the Great Plains cedar. It's not the Amazon. Even though, sorry, my dog just jumped in my face, so if you hear him running around, he does not like thunderstorms. We already used 7% of our seeds, which is a good many, but we're covering a lot of area. But I think after this swipe, we are going to end the live stream, and then I'll work off camera to finish this up. And hopefully next episode we are either fertilizing or harvesting. Because I know this field needs fertilized pretty bad. I think it has only between like 20 and 35% fertilization, which isn't really good enough to have a good yield. But as we finish up this row, I just wanted to thank everyone for tuning in once again. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so every single time that I upload, you know about it. This is the Rubber Ducky, and I will see you on the next one. And you guys can enjoy me struggling to end the broadcast here. Oh, that's the record button. Okay, grading play is not currently being recorded. That's wonderful. Alright, broadcast settings. Alright, I think it's this top one. Broadcast will be stopped. Okay, and I will see everyone on the next one.